Um, I I run the gym. I coach. Um, Keep him in line. Um, do whatever needs to be done. It's interesting. It's interesting. He's a good guy. He's obnoxious. He's an asshole, but he's a good man. He's generous. He takes care of his people. Um, Sometimes I have to thump him in the forehead to because he pisses me off. At the post office, I was driving a little 280Z and he had a little Z car, and we both happened to pull up at the same time, and I got out and I was like, wow, that's a nice car. And he got out and he goes, oh, that's a nice car. And then we looked at each other and went, hey, and we started talking and stuff, and my hands started shaking. And that's how we met. And he told me about this place, and at that time I was teaching aerobics for Parks and Recreation. I taught aerobics and yoga and Tai Chi, and I said, well, one of these days I'll come check it out. And I ran into him a couple of other times out and about, and he still kept trying to get me in here, and I said, one of these days. And then in '01, I got sick of doing it, and I walked in, and I've been here ever since. And so we started with like leg presses and went to squats, and he trained me for a couple of years. I saw changes in my body real fast, a lot different. Where I was, doing, 10, 20 pound dumbbells and doing stuff like that. And when I started pressing and bench pressing and stuff, big changes happened, even in my thighs and everything. And I used to lift real heavy. There was a time that I did. Josh Wells trained me for a while after that. And then Brian Fox. Several of my older ladies really make good turnarounds. One lady, she's real short. She's got real bad scoliosis, and she walked hunched over, and she drug her feet and just didn't feel good. And she's not even 5 foot. She's doing real well. She's been with me for a couple of years, and she rack pulled 100 pounds, and for a set of 5, I'm real proud of her for that. And she's box squatting, of course, but her numbers just keep going up, and she's doing really well. Gus was determined. She really wanted to get strong after she fell, and she called Mark, and Mark said, I need you to take care of her. And I said, I'm not sure exactly what to do, because it's the first time I'd ever handled a 90-year-old. And so he kind of walked me through it. And it was very, very slow going. But once she got moving, and she was so excited about being here, and she loved it and loved the people. And I kept wine in the refrigerator, and after she'd get done, she'd sip some wine, and stuff. She just made it worth it. She did real well after she fell again and broke her hip, and she ended up in a nursing home rehabbing and stuff. Nick and Mark and I would go up there in the evenings, and after the rehab people were gone and stuff, and we'd get her out, and we'd make her walk, and we did a whole lot more for her than what they ever did. And during the day, I would go up there while she was doing her physical therapy, and I'd watch her physical therapy. I wanted to see what they were doing. And she would tell them, this is my trainer. She's got me. I do squats, and I do presses and everything with her. So whatever you got me doing. And I'm just like, and they weren't so sure, and I'd show them videos, and they'd be like, well, okay. And she became a sort of a celebrity. She was definitely a celebrity around here. Everybody loved her, and she would, grind through a rack pull or something. Everybody would clap and everything, and it was really good. Really good. I do miss her. Chase was amazing to watch. He was just this lanky little 13-year-old, and he couldn't afford a membership for years, so he did things around here. He'd mow, or I'd have him on the roof, putting black tar on the roof and stuff, and just watching him grow up and just become this huge man, this beast, and his numbers just moving really fast. Fox trained him for a while, and it was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing to watch and see where he's at now. I'm really proud of him badly. And of course, John Wilson, he survived cancer. He's still alive, and he shouldn't be. And he comes in here 2 weeks after back surgery and wants to rack pull again. And Kirk Kowalski, he's been in here a few times. Captain Kirk. He is a character. Holy crap, he's a character. He'll make you laugh. You laugh the whole time he's around. He's interesting. Um, he's inter- he's and he's not much taller than me. He's just this huge monstrous thing, but he's funny as hell. Um, we've got some interesting people in here. This is like a family here. Everybody just kind of watches after each other. I've had several older ladies who walked in that were bent over and couldn't stand up straight. And after a couple of months of being in here, they're standing up straight, they're walking straight. I train my dad, he's 85. I have him doing farmer's walk, sitting and standing on a box, and doing lat pull downs and presses against the rack and all that. And because I noticed he was starting to drag his feet when he was walking. And it took me quite a bit to get him in here, but finally. Another one of my clients, she, for 4 months, she sat on a couch. That's all she did. She's a little tiny thing because she's had a couple of shoulder surgeries, a couple of knee surgeries. And her daughter does starting strength in Dallas in her garage, and she finally talked her into coming in here. And her and her daughter came in here and sat down with Mark and I, and we talked. And we decided we can help you. And I've got her squatting. She presses against the rack. She deadlifts. She bench presses. Her numbers are going up. She does have to box squat, but she was like this, and now she stands up straight, and she can actually put her hands on her hips, and she couldn't do that before. And the movement in her shoulders is so much better. It's just amazing to see, and she's so excited and so proud, and her daughter is so proud of her, and things like that really make it worth it. Rusty's a good coach. He takes care of a lot of the kids at the junior high and high school athletes. He trains them, and he does a really good job with them. Chase used to do that whenever he was here, but Rusty, he's a good coach. He enjoys what he does. And I watched him get some of these. He has some male clients that are just making big numbers, and they're just improving their numbers are going up every day, and they're doing great. So that's good to see. Mark, he just he sits back and he watches everything. You can't get away with anything, because you can be screwing up with a client or see somebody screwing up or whatever, and he'll be like, "Hey, go fix that." What? Okay. And he's sitting in there, and he just, between the mirror and the window, he sees everything. He sees it all. Nick is, we rely on him a whole lot. And I know that, like, it sounds terrible, but whenever we changed out our cordless landline here, Mark and I couldn't figure out how to hook it up, so we had to do it for us, things like that. And just simple things. Anything goes wrong, it's like, Nick, you gotta fix this. He's real good at that, and he's just, the man earns his money, that's for sure. And he's good. He's a really nice guy. He's tough. I used to take Krav Maga from him, and the boxing and stuff, and that was really fun. And I miss that. But he's a big teddy bear. He really is. He's tough, but I've seen him be really gentle. I've never seen him lose his temper, and I think that would be scary. That would be scary. Steph is, you don't see much of her. She stays in the background. She doesn't want to be out there at all, and mostly she stays in Colorado during the summer and stuff. And I don't blame her. It's beautiful and peaceful up there, and I get there as much as I can. But she's a good person. I really like her. I care about her a lot, and she's been a huge reason why behind Mark pushing him forward with this and everything. Like whenever we did the DVD, and just she's been a big part of why this has gone where it's gone. Watching people come in here, and I don't know how many times I've pulled up in the front parking lot and seen somebody standing at the sign going, well, somebody takes their picture, and they want to come in and they get really excited, and they'll see his name tag on his door, and they're like, oh, you mean, oh my God, he's here? And I'm like, yeah, he's here. And they walk around the gym and they snap pictures and stuff, and they want to meet him. And I've had people even come back, and there have been people, there was this German family that was even here, and they came in and they were just so excited about meeting him. And I just gave them stuff because I was like, they were just, and I gave them, you know, bumper stickers and patches and all this stuff and books and everything. I was just like, just gifts. But everybody wants to have their picture taken with him. And he's pretty generous with that. He gets a little bit embarrassed by it all, you know, and then because sometimes he's walking through an airport and somebody will recognize him, and he's just like, oh Lord. He just thinks it's crazy, absolutely crazy. But watching people come through here and be excited about being here and taking pictures of everything on the walls, and even his door, you know, with his name on it, they'll take a picture of that, and they want to take pictures with Rusty and Bree and I and stuff too, but with him, and you know, he enjoys it. Yeah, it's been interesting watching the changes. When I first met him, he had trouble paying the electric bill. You know, he didn't have any money, and to watch things grow and to see everything that's going on now. I mean, from, you know, before even this, whenever he was connected with CrossFit and stuff, and his name was getting out there a little bit, and then it was like he just couldn't do that anymore. So Starting Strength became, and him and Steph and a couple of others put their heads together, and then this thing just started growing, and it's been really amazing to watch. I mean, and because I've known him for so long, I'm so proud of him. I mean, I really am. Because he's one of my best friends, and I'm just so proud of him to watch where he's going, where it's gone, and where it's going, because it's going to continue, and it's brought people in here too. We have more members now than I think this gym has ever had. Yeah, we have over 100 now, which is, we haven't had that before. So, and it's just amazing, it really is. And he's got good people working for him. I mean, all of you guys work so hard, and y'all are just so good at what you do. All of you are, every one of you, and it's amazing. This Starting Strength is just an amazing product. I think people are going to. I think there's going to be a lot of people involved in this. A whole lot of people, a whole lot more gyms, and I think it's just amazing. It really is. And watching all of you guys grow, and watching him, and just all the changes. It's great. I love it, and I love my job. I really love my job.